Kia ora, business owner. Welcome to the business planning tutorial. And this should only be a quick video, really. Few things to get into before I kind of take you through a walkthrough of kind of how to build your business plan. First thing is a real business plan should be practical and dynamic, and it should help you improve your business. Right? It shouldn't be some 50-page document, some SWOT analysis, some big thing that kind of just we chuck it in the drawer and then never kind of look at again. Right? It's something that we should be able to review and refresh regularly. You know, at least kind of once a month in a small business, because things are changing so quickly. You know, it just needs to be dynamic. A good plan is going to help you stay focused on the right things, so that you know all the energy you're spending, where you're putting the team, where you're putting the budget. Is all moving as quickly as we can or as efficiently as we can to that future that you have in mind for the business and yourself and all the stakeholders. This template is for established businesses, not necessarily startup. There is some benefit there, and not necessarily kind of, you know, huge, large teams with hundreds of employees. It's for established businesses, and it helps you get your head around things, because we kind of have a quick look at things and identify the best next step at a strategic level for you and the business and the team. So we'll have a look at all these key areas, drop out some actions, and it's action orientated, right? Because we need to take action. This is not just a thinking exercise, not a massive brainstorming exercise. It's just like, what do we have to do? Let's go get it done, right? The sooner we get it done, the sooner we improve our business. Should take you about 30 to 60 minutes. As you do this more, you will get quicker at it, because your clarity or your organization of your strategic thinking will be there, so it'll be easy kind of to do a brain dump. And again, I recommend doing this monthly. Check it in your calendar. It's a 1-hour meeting with yourself and or any other key team members or stakeholders that should be there, and then go and get it done. Okay, cool. So I'm going to share screen and jump into a quick walkthrough. If you do have any questions or you need any help along the way, you know, feel free to get in touch with me. I'm kind of all over the internet. Well, yeah, I'm available on the internet anyway. Okay, so here's our awesome document that has been built. And by the way, it's been comprised, you know, after, you know, me going through, seeing hundreds of these things and trying, you know, all these different techniques. And again, this is the best method that I've found for established business owners. Okay, cool. Name, business, date kind of thing. We're just going to check in on the big things, the philosophical things. Why are you in business? What are your biggest challenges in the business right now, right? And so for someone like me as a business coach, the way that people answer this question, it tells me so much about where they are at, and where the business is at, where the team is at, where the finances are at, all right? So just take some time with this. Again, just reminding ourselves, this is something that we often forget in the busyness of kind of the million things that we have to do as a business owner. What do you offer your target market? And again, this is a really revealing question in terms of the responses that we get. What is your value proposition, positioning statement, unique selling points, competitive advantage, whatever you want to call this, but it's how do we generally kind of position ourselves, right? It doesn't have to be overly fluffy or overly marketing speak. It's usually got to be practical. I would say if you could say it to, you know, very concisely to a new person that you meet at a barbecue, we call it the barbecue test. That's really, really good. Okay, cool. So now we get into a little bit of a gap analysis, a little bit of self-assessment to understand where the gaps are, and then drop out very quickly strategic actions that you need to take. So rate yourself on these kind of questions. It's a fillable PDF, so you can kind of just click away at these things. So financial management, I'm not going to get into a big speech about this. Super, super, super important. You're in business. You've got to count beans, right? It's why accountants and bookkeepers and accounts people do what they do, because it's really, really, really important, right? And it can be so valuable to you. When you get good at this, you will drive your business from here. If you're not driving your business from the financial area of your business, I'd argue that your business could be a lot better. So what do we need to do, right? Do we need to look at the P&L more? Do we need to build a cash flow forecast? Do we need to get an accounts person? Do we need to tidy up our invoicing? Do we need to fix our accounts receivables processes and get onto those more? Whatever it is, there will be lots for you to do here, all right? Don't worry about it, because we're going to prioritize your to-do list at the end of this worksheet, but just list out everything here, right? And this becomes your business plan. Whatever you need to do this to reach $1 million, to reach $3 million, you will eventually have to do these things, right? And so I want you to fast forward a little bit too, right? That's part of the thinking that we've identified, that this process stimulates and why we do it this way is because it makes you think, well, when I have a kick-ass business or when my business is kicking ass more, what's it going to look like? And so that is the gap analysis that tells you what you need to do now. Okay, then we get into the kind of delivery and operations, which is largely customer service oriented, because if you have a kick-ass product or service, your customers will be really, really happy, and we keep to stimulating that referral marketing or word of mouth marketing that so many of us is a key channel for leads, sales, customers and clients, projects and work into our businesses. What needs to be done to improve this, right? Again, there's going to be quite a long list. I imagine there should be a number of things you can do to improve. I'm not saying that we're going to do them all now, but let's just list them out for now so that we know, again, maybe the next year, what our business plan is going to look like. And then we come back next month and we update it. Maybe we learned something, maybe we lost a key client, maybe we're going to a different market. A number of things will change. Maybe we lost a key staff member. Maybe we hired a new talent member into the team, right? Or we found a new opportunity. How efficient and scalable are your delivery processes, right? In a products business, am I with the right courier? Is our packaging okay? In a services-based business, are we kind of templated and process and orientated? Do we have a training and induction kind of process? So many things we can do here. Again, how optimized is your team and leadership? Again, rate yourself. Obviously, once we've kind of organized your business thinking, strategic planning, business planning, and all that kind of stuff, and then drop that into the key areas. We've gone through those key areas and we've kind of systemized and processes and internal processes, optimize those systems, if you like. It's going to come down to people, right? So leadership is super, 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 super important. I can't emphasize that enough. So what do you need to do to be a better leader? One thing that I see in small business is generally, we just don't communicate enough, right? So it's one-on-ones, weekly one-on-ones. Might be 15 minutes. Right, especially with your key team members or your senior managers, and definitely with the leadership team, right, which might be yourself, the head of operations, whoever that might be. You might call them project manager, might call them site manager, foreman, you know, whatever. But they're in operations and they're really, really key. And obviously, you might bring in finance to that as well, maybe sales and marketing. Okay, cool. Then we jump into the fourth key area of business, which is sales. How structured and consistent is your sales sequence? Again, generally, we're quite good instinctively at sales, but when we go to scale, when we go to crack that $1 million ceiling, that $2-3 million ceiling, we need to get more systemized at sales, right? And we might need to bring in a team if you don't already have them. And so again, we need a bit of a system that we can train other people to do, and will give us some consistency in our conversion rates, essentially. Again, there might be a long list of things here, just list them out. Marketing, massive, massive topic. Key thing is our channels. Your best channel is always going to be word of mouth and referral. So make sure you're doing a kick-ass job. But what else can you do? You know, do we want to do Facebook? Do we need to sort the website out? Do we want to do Google Ads? Do we want to do blogs? Whatever, write it all down here. And then one of the biggest opportunities I see is strategic partnerships or commercial partnerships, collaborations, alliances, whatever you want to call them, but working with other businesses to serve their market and our market better, essentially. If you're a plumber, working with a builder, as an example, the builder will get the project and kind of give you the plumbing work, as an example. If I'm a website developer, you know, maybe I'm working with marketing agencies to help their clients, right? And then we all serve our clients better. Strengths and weaknesses. So on this one, we're potentially going to just rate ourselves. It's a kind of a bit of analysis on kind of what we're doing and what we should be doing. What aspects of your business do you spend most time on, right? So we're looking at kind of where the time suck is. What do you need to spend more time on that you're not currently spending more time on? What do you need to spend less time on? Because is that a distraction or a waste of your time? What activities need to be done by you and what can we outsource, right? So we're leading into a little bit of HR strategy here. Just quickly, are there any other strategic priorities that you need to include in this business plan? And now go up the top, copy and paste everything into this, right? Out of all of those sections, and then prioritize them. Now you've got a business plan. Right, you've got a whole series of actions that you need to take across all areas of the business, right? And eventually when you get them done, as well as running the business, right? That's hard enough. But now you've been working on the business and it's got a bit of focus, direction, and clarity on the future and how it's going to get there. So well done. You've got a bit of a business plan. You're nice and clear. Get actioning, right? And so fill this one on. When are you going to start this? And I think you should set a meeting with yourself on Monday mornings and start implementing this thing, get it done. Okay, so that's the kind of 10-minute video on how to do a business plan. If you have any questions, ask them below, or get in contact, and we can help you out. If you want the guide or the template, just comment below business planner, and we'll get that to you as well, so that you can keep that for your use in the future. I hope you're going well. I hope you are clear. I know I've been doing this long enough. When you are clear and focused, you're that much more motivated and that much more excited about the future. And I hope that you have that clarity and have that excitement. Big peace.